Dear students, in response to your queries regarding grammar teaching learning, I have taken up voice today for discussion. Before we go for examples, let us know the general rules of changing a voice from active to passive. General rules are 5, which are applicable in all the kinds of sentences, in all tenses. So these 5 rules are essential before we go for changing a voice from active to passive or passive to active. The 5 rules are, namely, first, the subject of active voice changes to the object in passive voice. Keep in mind, the subject is the doer of the action and the object is the receiver of the action. The subject of active voice goes to the position of the object in passive voice. The first rule. Second rule is the just reverse. The reverse is the subject of passive voice comes to the position of the object in active voice. When the subject of active voice changes to the position of the passive voice, the place of the subject in active voice remains vacant. That's why that is filled up by the object in passive voice. So, vice versa. Third rule. And this is very important before we go for changing a voice from active to passive. All the students must learn by heart the verb forms. Without knowing the verb forms, even if you know the rules of voice, you cannot change a sentence from active to passive, because in passive voice, the main verb is always in past participle form. So you must know how the past participle form of the verb can be. So here the third rule is the main verb always remains in past participle form. So you should know the past participle form of the given verb in the exercise. Fourth rule is the be verb. This is very crucial and this is very important. Be verb in passive voice is put according to the number and person of the subject. You have to see the subject, what number and in what person it is. After finalizing the number and person of the subject, you have to see the tense of the verb. On the basis of these two things, on the basis of firstly the number and person of the subject and secondly the tense of the verb, you have to decide which kind of be verb will be placed in the passive voice after the subject. Lastly, it is not compulsory that by preposition should be put before all the objects in passive voice, but generally, I have written generally here, underlined here, by preposition is generally put before the object in passive voice. So, by preposition is generally put. In some cases, you have to put some other prepositions that will be discussed in our course of discussion. So generally, by preposition is put before the object in passive voice. Now, after knowing the general rules, 5 general rules, let us do some exercise how these rules apply when we change this sentence from active to passive. Let us take one example. Mohan reads English novels. Here the subject is Mohan. And English novels is the object. And reads is the main verb. When we see the subject Mohan and we advance towards the verb reads, then we come to know that the sentence is in present indefinite tense. And the object is English novels. S is there after novel, so it is plural. English novels, third person plural. So let us change according to the first rule. The subject of the active voice changes to the object in passive voice, and the second rule vice versa. So according to that, the object in passive voice is the object in active voice is going to be the subject in passive voice. So English novels will come to the position of the subject. English novels. I said, when I talked on the general rules, I told you that be verb is put according to the number and person of the subject and the tense of the verb. Here the subject, our subject is English novels. English novels is third person plural. We have got third person plural number and the tense is present indefinite tense. Reads, S or ES is added in present indefinite tense when the subject is third person singular number. So from this we come to know that the tense of the sentence is present indefinite. Seeing the verb reads, we come to know that the tense of the sentence is present indefinite. So in present indefinite tense, we have to write is or am or are. Out of these three, we have to choose one. Now our subject is third person plural. So this is are. Because we cannot put am. Am is used after first person singular. We cannot put is also because is used after third person singular. Our subject here is third person plural. That's why the be verb that's left in our hand is are. So our option is are. Now, according to the rule number C above, we have to place the verb form, past participle form of the verb read. Read, read, read. As you all know, the past participle form of read is read. The pronunciation of R-E-A-D in past and past participle is read. Though the spelling is same, in present tense we call it read, but in past and past participle form we call it read. So the pronunciation differs, though the spelling is same. English novels are read by, according to the rule number E above, by. This subject comes to the position of the object, vice versa here, A and B. So Mohan. Now Mohan reads English novels is transformed to English novels are read by Mohan. tense remains the same. In our earlier discussion of narration, we found the changes of tenses in different way. Don't follow those rules here in voice. In voice, rules or the tense of rules of tense are same. Only the forms are different. Here, Mohan reads English novels is also present indefinite tense. English novels are read by Mohan is also in present indefinite tense. Only the difference is that this sentence is, the first sentence is in active voice, while the second sentence is in passive voice. Now our question comes to mind, in other tenses, what are the other changes? Let me repeat. The be verb forms in present tense are is, am, are, has, and have. These are the be verbs of present tense. Is, am, are, has, have. Has and have are used in perfect tense, present perfect tense. While is or am or are, either of the three, are used in present indefinite and present continuous. Let us take one example from present continuous tense, how it differs from present indefinite. Let us take the same sentence into present continuous. Mohan is reading English novels. English novels. Mohan is reading English novels. Our subject is same. English novels. Now try bring English novel here. English novels. Third person plural novels. As per rule, third person plural, when the subject is third person plural, we have to write are. We have come to know that this sentence is in present continuous tense, because we all know that in present continuous tense there is ing added after the main verb, and be verb is there before the main verb. So here be verb is there, signifying that it is present, and ing form is there, which signifies that it is continuous. So the sentence is present continuous. So in present continuous, these are, because the subject is third person plural, takes are verb. To indicate that it is continuous, we have to add one new word, that is being. B-E-I-N-G, being. Keep in mind, in continuous tense, we have to use being after the be verb. Then we write the past participle form of the verb read is read. English novels are being read by Mohan. Let us take one more example to show that some other verbs can also be placed. Let us take one more example. Gita is cleaning the window pane. Now we have found singular object here, which is going to be the subject in passive voice. The window pane. It is not window panes. It is singular, the window pane. So bring the window pane here. Window pane. Since this is third person singular, we write is. The window pane is. Since it is continuous, we write being. Now our step is to change the main verb into past participle form. The past participle form of clean is to be written as cleaned. The window pane is being cleaned, C-L-E-A-N-E-D, cleaned by Gita. So this Gita subject has gone to the position of the object here. The window pane, the object in active voice, has come to the position of the subject in passive voice, the window pane. The window pane, the subject is third person singular number, that's why we have used is here. The tense is continuous, that's why we have used being. Since we have to put the main verb always in past participle form in passive voice, that's why we have used the verb cleaned. The past participle form of clean is cleaned. We have used the past participle form of the verb cleaned here. The subject is put in the position of the object Gita here. Now one more example will clear your doubts. We have not talked about has, have. Let us, the has and have, they are used in present perfect tense. Let us take one example. I have finished the work. I have finished the work. Here the subject is I. Have finished is in present perfect tense. The work is the object. Now according to our rule, the work comes to the position of the subject. The work. Now it is time for us to think and decide what number and person of the subject is. The work is third person singular number. Tense is present perfect tense here. Have finished. So the work, since the subject is third person singular, with third person singular subject in present perfect tense, we write has. Keep in mind, let me repeat, with third person singular subject in present perfect tense, we always write has. Let us take it other way. Has is used with third person singular number subject in present perfect tense. This is important, that's why I am repeating it again. Has is used with third person singular number in present perfect tense. So our subject is third person singular number. Tense is present perfect. That's why we have used has here. Now in present perfect tense, another new rule that is applied is been. As in continuous we used being, similarly in perfect tense, whatever perfect it might be, present perfect, past perfect or future perfect, been is to be used after be verb. Now the past participle form of the verb finished is already in the same form, finished. By, this is a pronoun here. In all these subjects we were using noun. In case of pronoun we should be extra conscious because the subject, when it changes to object, it changes its form also. I subject, the pronoun I as subject, when it is changed to object, it becomes me. So our sentence is, the work has been finished by me. So we have discussed the rules, how they get applied when we change a sentence from active to passive. My dear students, before we move forward to interrogative sentence, I once again request you to learn by heart the verb forms so that you can change all the sentences from active to passive. Otherwise, even if you know these rules which we have already discussed, you cannot change a sentence from active to passive because your instrument of the main verb, how it changes to past participle form, won't be in your hand. Without that instrument, you cannot change or you cannot fight the problem in exam hall. So my request is to learn by heart the verb forms by tomorrow. And in our next discussion, we'll take up interrogative sentence. Thank you very much.